Welcome to GlamTalk by GlamGuider, India's first ingredient transparent beauty and wellness community. Here, real stories meet real science.
Today, we are going to explore how physiotherapy and beauty technology go hand in hand. Because beauty isn't just skin deep, it's about health, strength, and recovery too.
To guide us through this journey, we have Dr. Hansa Thakkar with us, who is a well known physiotherapist and who works at an intersection of rehab and aesthetic tech. Welcome, Dr. Hansa. Heartiest welcome to our show. And would you like to address to our audience?
Thank you, Rahul, for giving me this opportunity to talk about it. And myself, I'm Dr. Hansa Thakkar. I'm a consulting physiotherapist since last 20 years, and I have my own clinic in Mulund West. And since then, I'm exploring many more scopes in physiotherapy field, and added one is this aesthetic rehabilitation, how it can help, how physiotherapy can help in enhancing the beauty.
So, let's dive into our very first segment, which is why physiotherapy for beauty. So, many people think that physiotherapy is only about injuries and recovery. And as the name of the segment say, why physiotherapy for beauty? How is physiotherapy connected to beauty and skincare?
I'm glad that you asked me this question, Khushi, and I think many of the audiences will also surprised to know how physiotherapy can relate to a beauty and aesthetic, I would say that skin is, when you go for an aesthetic treatment, it's more of a skin and, outer polishing. Skin is more of the superficial. So beneath the skin, there are muscles and there's a good circulation. There's a posture, which is very important to enhance the skin. If underneath the skin, everything is functioning well, it automatically shows up on the skin and it, naturally glow. It gives a natural glow if your body is moving freely and pain-free. Physiotherapy works on circulation for better lymph flow and for muscle balance. It maintains the posture and it also works on the nervous system regulation. So all in all, it works on the underneath the skin systems. Of course, it will reflect more better skin.
Many people nowadays suffer from puffiness and loose skin. How can physiotherapy help them in this matter?
Puffiness usually means it's a lymphatic stagnation. Now, what is lymph? Lymph, it's a fluid that circulates in our body beneath the skin, and there's a fascia. It's like a network, a sort of a mesh work of net, which binds the muscles underlying the skin tissues. So when there's a stagnation of this fluid inside underneath the skin, it shows up as a swelling, or as we say very commonly, puffiness. So with physiotherapy techniques, we can release that stagnant fluid so that it flows normally and that swelling gets drained into its lymph nodes. So if the lymph has been drained, so better circulation will be there underneath, and as such, the skin will look more fresher after the swelling has been reduced. So we have different techniques in our physiotherapy. Nowadays, yes, it's a German matrix rhythm therapy, which has come up, which gives an excellent result with the swelling drainage or lymphatic drainage and better circulation. We have myofascial release techniques. We have dry needling and many more things that we can, use to release that puffiness or swelling anywhere in the body. And of course, then better circulation means skin will be better glowing with good supply of nutrition and oxygen. Loose skin, on the other hand, it improves with a better muscle tone and with a good blood supply underneath the skin. And if it shows the fascia, if the fascia beneath the skin has been gliding smoothly, then the skin becomes more tightened. Means if the underneath the skin, if all the systems are working properly, then the skin can be tightened naturally. It will look more natural glow along with that aesthetic treatment what people will go for the skin tightening. So if the foundation is strong, then of course the skin will look more glow and more beneficial for other treatments to look after for.
So, can physiotherapy actually help with things like cellulite, stretch marks, or for that matter, scars after surgery?
This is one of those questions which has been commonly people ask me when they come visit my clinic with the cellulite and scar marks. Usually after post surgery, they do have these scar marks on their skin. So for this, I would like to take one by one, like cellulite. It is actually not the fat, but the fat push-up which comes out because of the tight fascia underneath, because of the tight connective tissue underneath the skin. And because of that tightness, the blood flow gets stopped or the lymph does not flow properly. So cellulite is a trapped fluid because of tight connective tissue. and poor blood circulation. So with the physiotherapy, we cannot eradicate it completely, but yes, we can look at more better, so that with the better circulation and lymph flow, we can look that appearance of the cellulite bit better than what it is. And if I talk about scars and post-surgical stiffness, it's again because the skin becomes tight underneath those scars because of the incision and the surgery, and even with the post-pregnancy, we have got the stretch marks because that tissues get loosened up. The tightness is gone, and underneath that tightness, the blood circulation is not going properly. The muscles are losing its tonicity. So with physiotherapy, we can tone up the muscles. We can again give the better blood circulation, and we can reduce the lymph flow or the swelling because of the stagnant lymph. So we can, by reducing the swelling, we can improve the appearance of the skin with more healthier cells as new blood flow will start coming into that particular area. And so with better blood circulation, we can improve the skin texture, and we can fade away the skin will discolor, and the darker skin will become more lighter with repeated sessions. So yes, physiotherapy do help in, but not completely eradicate, but aesthetically it will look better.
So you mentioned lymphatic drainage, and a lot of people pays loads of money to look glowy, fresh, and to have this flawless glowing skin, but they easily neglect the lymphatic drainage point of it, or point of view of it. How can physiotherapy actually help in this particular segment?
Lymphatic system, as it's a very important part of our body, and nowadays lymphatic drainage is a lot of talk about in Insta also. So lymph is a natural body cleansing system. So when the lymph flow is slow, it increases the heaviness, the puffiness or the swelling increases because the flow has been stagnant, it's been stopped. So stagnant lymph can also delay the healing part. So if the lymph flows properly, then healing can be more faster. So when there's a swelling, so there's a lot of tightness beneath it, and the muscles is also been tensed up. So it's very important by activating the muscles and by releasing that flow with releasing the fascia underneath, the tight fascia underneath, it gives us a better circulation. So body heals faster if the lymph has been flowing in a normal rhythm. So it gives more better recovery, and rehabilitation will be more faster. So we have matrix rhythm therapy, which gives an excellent result with the lymph drainage and other manual techniques, and myofascial release, and even the lymphatic taping does help.
When we are talking about this lymphatic drainage, right, there will be people who doesn't have a context, like what is exactly this what is this lymphatic drainage we are talking about. Can you put some line, maybe 1 or 2 lines over it? What is it? Is it something like your cuff, or is it something different which is flowing inside your body?
See, usually you don't see the lymph as such. It does not come out of the body. It's a fluid that circulates inside under your skin, but above the muscles. Inside your fascia, there's a skin layer, and there's a fascia underneath, and there's a muscle layer. So that lymph is flowing between the fascia and the muscle. So if that fluid has been stuck, it's a clear fluid, and it takes up all the toxins, metabolites, and other debris in the skin, which keeps circulating inside our body system through cells. So it collects all those debris and metabolites from the cells, and it flows and drains into the lymph nodes. So there's a lymph nodes kind of you can think of, it's a dustbin sectors which is inside our body at certain places. It needs to be drained constantly so that the fluid does not get collected at one place. And once it's been released and the flow is, if there's a continuous flow like a river, continuous flow will keep the water clean. So it's very important that the fluid which is circulating, it needs to be flowy, and those debris need to be drained at the place dustbin bags into our body. So it's a natural body cleansing system. It's just you cannot see it, but yes, it is working inside it, and it plays it is an underrated, I would say, it's an underrated part of our body system, which is very, very essential to look after underneath that lymph. So first, that foundation needs to be clear to go more deeper.
So we have a whole drainage inside our skin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's quickly move on to our second segment, which is about physio and beauty tech tools. So, the very first question: how do you know when someone needs just physiotherapy or a mix of both physiotherapy and beauty tech for that best long term result?
I would say if you have a poor posture, or if you have tight muscles or weak muscles, and if you have aches and pains in your body, so I would say before you go for the aesthetic or beauty care treatments, I would want you to focus more on your posture, on your body aches and pains, and swelling anywhere, or stiffness, or your breathing pattern. If these all underneath systems are perfectly functioning well, then I think your beauty treatment will give you more long lasting results. So with better posture, pain free body movements, and more of the toned muscles gives you more better appearance.
So a lot of people nowadays are requiring tight skin and that too faster. And I have seen, physiotherapists using electrical stimulations. Can these two have a good combination? Like, can EMS or something like microcurrent help in this entire skin tightening journey?
Electrical muscle stimulation, that is EMS, will only activate the muscles, and it improve the circulation, but it will not replace the movement. So yeah, it will tone up the muscles, the skin at some certain level, but it will not go more deeper, because exercises and moving your body part is more beneficial than using the EMS people use at home mostly to tone up the muscles. It will not be long lasting. You will need repeated sessions of EMS. But with the exercises, it is more of involvement of your nerves, your brain and nerve involvement, plus it involves your muscles. So think of EMS as an assistant, not substitute. So only with the exercises you can tone off your muscle for a longer duration of time, involving with your nervous system as well. It will give you more long lasting results. So I think exercises would be more better. Moving your body is more better than using EMS at home.
So this is about the skin tightening. Can it also help muscle toning?
Yeah, it will help in the muscle toning at certain level, but you need repeated sessions of it. It is not going to be long lasting. Like to have a long lasting, your neuromuscular coordination should be involved with it. But with only the superficial toning of the muscles, it will not last long.
It will not last long.
So along with this muscle stimulation, you need other factors, other system also to be involved. Like I would say that your brain needs to think about your exercises so that your nervous system get activated. Then again, it activated your receptors into your muscle cells. It's a whole circuit which starts activating. But with the EMS, only you are working on more of the local area, and for that, it affects only, maybe a few hours to a few days only, but it will not last long.
It's that short.
Yeah, it's that very short, 2 to 4 days max.
So, doctor, can you tell us the basic difference between ultrasound used for physiotherapy and ultrasound used for fat reduction?
Ultrasound used for the fat reduction, which we use in the beauty clinics or aesthetic treatment clinics, is more of a high frequency ultrasound. They use high frequency ultrasound waves to break the fat molecules, and it is to make the skin tight. But the ultrasound we use in our physiotherapy clinic, it's of a low frequency, which is used for the pain relief and to remove the swelling and for the faster healing tissue repair. Both ways are, they have both different therapeutic usage. Like ultrasound in the physiotherapy used for the therapeutic purpose for the pain relief, but for ultrasound using in those treatment clinics is more for the aesthetic looks, more for the fat reduction or looking better skin looking motive.
For someone who is hearing this for the first time, what exactly is matrix rhythm therapy, and what is its exact significance into current day life?
The matrix rhythm therapy is a very new, innovative German approach, which has been now flaring up in India as well. Our body has its own natural rhythms, like circadian rhythm, the sleep cycle, and our heart, pumps again in certain cycle mode, or even we do the breathing, respiration at certain breathing rate. So all system has its own rhythm. There's a similar way, even our muscle cells has certain rhythmic vibration that they continuous oscillate at some frequency. So when our muscle cells are constantly oscillating at 8 to 12 hertz of frequency, which is a frequency range. So what this matrix rhythm do, this is a device which mimics the same micro vibrations of 8 to 12 hertz of frequency. When we apply it onto the skin, it vibrates the muscle cells as well. So how it helps in the lymphatic drainage, I would really like to pinpoint over here is, I'm constantly talking about lymph. So when the lymph is flowing or when it is stagnant at one place, so what is happening? The cells flowing around that flow, it stops. It stops vibrating at that natural rhythm. So when it stops to at that natural rhythm, which is usually 8 to 12 hertz of frequency, which has been scientifically proven. So when that frequency has been lost, lymph doesn't flow on its own. It needs the surrounding tissues to move around to flow, to let that flow continues. So if that cell stops moving around it, the lymph also stops over there because there's no force to move that lymph. So with this matrix micro vibrations, these cells start moving again with that 8 to 12 hertz of normal frequency rhythm, which is our own body natural rhythm parameter. And when those cells starts moving, it also pushes that lymph to flow into the direction. So once that stagnant lymph starts to move, so obviously that the swelling will be drained and those metabolites and toxins will start removing from that area and that flow will again be normal. So matrix rhythm therapy, it's actually helping to reset that muscle cells into its normal rhythm to better flow, better blood circulation, so that new blood circulation can come in and that stagnant fluid or the swelling goes off to its lymph nodes. So yes, matrix rhythm therapy not only helps in this lymph flow, but it has a tremendous role in activating the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, which indirectly involves a lot of our bodily functions, which is voluntary and involuntary acting like heart rate, blood pressure, or even diabetes. It controls that also. So it has a vast significance in our body. So matrix rhythm is another revolutionary, I think, and an adjunct with the physiotherapy in physiotherapy field, I would say. So matrix rhythm therapy works more at the cellular rhythm level with better microcirculation and tissue communication. So it helps muscles, nerves, and skin tissue repair. So it gives a tremendous role in the rehabilitation in both the physiotherapy and the aesthetic recovery, I would say.
So let's move on to our next segment. So here starts the fun part. So basically, we will say a few statements and you have to respond to those statements in emojis. So that's the catch. So
I'll start
Rahul,
with that.
yeah, you can start with the first one.
So I think toning my face muscles is as important as using a good serum.
Good serum can improve the skin quality, but the toned muscle will give you the good structure.
Okay, so I believe physiotherapy can help my skin look better.
Why? Confused because people think a good posture, movement, and good blood circulation can improve the skin. Icing on the cake, yes, it does. Better blood flow, better circulation, so your skin glows naturally.
At home, microcurrent machine is enough to replace all the professional sessions.
Of course not, because they are more guided, more precise, and assessed properly to give you the better results.
So basically, beauty is all about how I move and carry myself, not just what all products I use.
Because easy movement, better posture, good breathing patterns can give you more better visual impact than on skin.
So it's time for a truth check where we enter our next segment, which is fact or cap. We will be giving you some statements and you have to say whether it is true or false with a very small explanation, maybe 1 or 2 lines. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Kushi, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah, of course. Muscle stimulation devices can permanently shrink fat.
Factually speaking, it's a cap. Muscle stimulation can only activate muscles, not the fat.
Physiotherapy is only for injury, not for aesthetic improvement.
That's an outdated now. It's a cap, I would say. So physiotherapy improves posture, muscle balances, it works on your breathing patterns. It's all in all how you carry your body.
At home, beauty devices are just as good as clinic ones if used daily.
Useful, yes. Equal, no. Because you cannot substitute movement or exercises with the modalities, with the devices. They're not long lasting.
So if you don't use physio, beauty tech results won't last.
In most cases, it's a fact. If the movement has been not corrected well, obviously the result will fade and it won't last long.
Physiotherapy is only required for elderly people.
Of course not. Physiotherapy is for all who wants to move better and who wants to heal from it at any age.
So, Doctor, with that, we enter our next segment. We have collected few questions from some of our listeners, and we have kept it as real as possible how we got it from them, and we would like you to comment on these questions. All right. So, the first one here is I'm thinking of getting RF, radio frequency, skin tightening, but I also do physiotherapy for neck pain. Can I combine both safely?
Yes, in many cases, it is in fact more beneficial. If you have a neck pain, first I would say rather do the physiotherapy first and then you go for the radio frequency tightening, because it does not interfere with each other if a trained physiotherapist works on your neck stiffness as well, because considering you're going for a skin tightening or radio frequency, your neck, if you're feeling good with your pain and stiffness in your neck movement is good enough, then of course that RF radio frequency will be more beneficial to it. So yes, it will not interfere, so you can go both at the same time. Until and unless you have a severe neck conditions. It depends on after the assessment by the physiotherapist.
I want to tone my face and avoid sagging as I age. Should I do physio exercises or go for a muscle stimulation device? Which will help more?
Okay, as I already said that EMS helps in toning up the muscles, but it is more of on a superficial level. But the exercises, if you go for a longer duration, it will help you gain long-lasting results. Your muscles will be well-toned. Your muscles have a memory. Muscles have a memory. So when you do that exercise consistently every day, that muscles has this memory and it will last longer and give you more better posture and muscle balance. But with the EMS, you will need to have a repeated sessions of it because it lasts for maximum few hours to 2 to 4 days, and then you need to take another session for it. And it is more of superficial. It does not activate more deeper into the tissues. So yes, exercises would give you more better results than EMS.
After my cellulite treatment with ultrasound, I have been experiencing stiffness. Can physiotherapy help with lymph drainage and reduce this stiffness?
The cellulite treatment with the ultrasound, actually it works by breaking down those fat molecules. So those fat molecules will get collected in that area. It needs to be drained to get again the lymph and the circulation to keep on going into its natural way. So with the lymph drainage, we can increase the microcirculation at that place, and with the improved circulation we can reduce the stiffness. So after clearing that broken fat molecules, we can increase the blood circulation, and it helps in more better rehabilitation and the more faster healing along with the physiotherapy.
Physiotherapy definitely helps.
Of course, yes,
to
it
get rid
helps.
of.
Once the fluid has been cleared, the stiffness goes, the pain has been gone, you move better. And even that aesthetic treatment gives more better result after the physiotherapy treatment. It's more of a success.
So, I've started doing EMS workouts for body toning. Will adding beauty tech body sculpting sessions overwork my muscles, or is it safe to combine them?
So EMS works more on the superficial skin tone and the superficial muscles. It will not go deeper into it. But if you are thinking of to go for the body sculpting, it will, of course, not exaggerate your muscle toning because already you are doing EMS, but definitely it will not go deeper as well. So if you're feeling if your body is having pain and stiffness, or your posture is misaligned, or if your movement is not better, that rather going for the body sculpting, you consider your stiffness and pain first, and then go for more of the sculpting procedures. It might be your EMS at home, or might be the body sculpting procedure in the clinic. So it's very important that you look in your inner systems should be working well before you go for the outer look.
So, doctor, thank you so very much today for showing us that physiotherapy isn't just about healing. It's a massive part of modern beauty tech as well.
Yeah, of course. And I really, really want to thank you both, Rahul and Khushi, for calling me in and talk more about this is something innovative field of physiotherapy that will question many people. But yes, it does help in a major way if it's been considering in a serious note. Thank you. Thank you once again.
To all our listeners, your beauty should feel powerful, not superficial. Your body's recovery and strength matters as much as your glow.
So, this is GlamTalk by GlamGuider. Honest beauty, honest conversations.
Until next time, stay strong, stay glowing.